Hello and welcome. Here it is. It is the first Thursday of September. Welcome, welcome. Let me get my chat here on the screen and see. Well, look at that. I already recognize some names there. It's so good to have you here, Sarah. Very good to have you. And welcome to everyone. Wow. So, as people start coming on, I just want to say welcome. I want to say also that there's a lot going on, isn't there? So I kind of look at our time together here each month as a little bit of an oasis, and I hope that you do as well. We're going to do an experience together here in a few minutes. While we're all coming on and getting ready, I'd like to just mention that this is my distance Reiki grid. And I use this grid to send out distance Reiki. If you're here on the live stream, know that you are included in my grid. I also work with the grid when I'm not on the live stream, continually sending out Reiki to support everyone linked to it in a more general way, of course. It also links in to a grid system set in place by Reiki.org founder William Rand. And the purpose of that is for peace, peace on earth. And so I'm always working in ways I can to help that. I know many of you are as well. And so I just wanted to give a little mention to this. There are a few people also who have reached out to me recently and requested to be in the grid, and rest assured you are. And as we get started, I just want to let those of you who may be new to the live stream, first of all, thanks for tuning in. And secondly, I want to tell you that tomorrow you will find another version of this. I'm going to record this with you, of course, live, and then we'll edit this down to just the meditation, just the experience portion, the energy portion, and we'll add music to it, and we'll put it on the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel tomorrow. And what that will do is it will bump the Reiki 101 video, the new one that I have for you. The next new one will be out a week from tomorrow. That's a series that's going very well on the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel. And the next one that comes out will be about styles of Reiki. So that a lot of people wonder, like, if it's just Reiki, what's all the stuff with all these different styles? I practice and teach Holy Fire Reiki, but there are many other styles out there. So we're going to demystify that for you. Again, that new video in the Reiki 101 series will be out September 13th. And then we'll continue with that series. I'm thinking we'll do one soon on symbols. That's another one that people have a lot of questions about. So, all right. Well, I think we probably should go ahead and get started. I will. Thank you so much for the link there in the stream there to the playlist. That series is there for you if you haven't checked it out. Yes, so we'll be doing an experience here together. I'll be offering you Reiki energy, and this one's going to be a little bit different, and I'm explain that in just a second. And then I'll have some announcements, and then we'll go into an Ask Me Anything about the second half. The whole event's an hour. So if you have questions about Reiki, I'll certainly answer them after this, after our experience. Now, I did say this one's going to be a little bit different. Because I'm preparing the Reiki 101 about Reiki styles for you to come out a week from tomorrow on the channel, I decided that I would share something unique to the style of Reiki that I practice, and that is Holy Fire Reiki again. And what I'm going to offer you today is a live experience of Empowered by the River of Peace. And this is what we call a healing experience. So there's a guided portion of this where I'll be speaking with you. And the purpose of this experience is to allow Holy Fire Reiki energy to meet with you directly and work with you individually. I know it sounds pretty incredible, doesn't it? There's nothing that prohibits you from meeting with the energy directly. And that's one of the things I love about Holy Fire Reiki. The energy meets with you directly, offering you healing, guidance, empowerment, and purification exactly for what you need right now. And so every time that you replay or re engage with an experience, even though the words are very similar, what you gain from that experience is unique every single time. And so, um, I offer these in my Reiki classes to my students. And then students who go on to learn master with me can conduct these experiences for their clients, for their friends, for their families, and for their students if they decide to teach. Here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to also be offering, of course, the highest frequencies of Reiki energy on all levels for your highest good. And if you have your own intention, something that you would like to focus on, please acknowledge that now. And Reiki will always help you. And I'll be offering you Reiki again during this experience as well. So you'll be receiving from me and meeting with this energy directly. Let's go ahead and get started. I'd invite you to sit back or relax and take a couple of deep breaths. And if you find that your mind wanders, I want to reassure you that the energy will help you regardless if your mind is busy or not. But if you do want to have a more relaxing and quiet experience, perhaps just refocus your attention when you catch yourself drifting off thinking. Just refocus on your breath, on your inner experience, whatever feels right for you. You may certainly close your eyes. I'm not going anywhere. And just intend to fully receive for your highest good. Empowered by the river of peace. And imagine now there's a sacred mountain range where the peaks of the mountains reach high, so high, into the higher dimensions of consciousness. The rain and snow fall on these mountains, originating from the highest spiritual source. The rain and snow cascade down the mountain, forming small streams of sacred water flowing down over beautiful waterfalls. And this water flows together, forming a sacred river. This river flows through the valley, through a volcanic area, and the water is warmed to the most soothing, healing temperature. The water in the river of peace is crystal clear and completely pure. It unites us with potent spiritual energies that feel completely safe. It unites us with all living things, and awakens our perception, our awareness of our authentic human spirit and our authentic human gifts and talents, and helps us bring our higher consciousness into our daily life. Because the river comes from the highest of heavens, you can breathe in the water. And as you do, the blessings of healing are offered to you on every level. And you may experience seeing or feeling or just knowing that flames are present as this energy meets with you. And these are the soothing and healing flames of holy fire energy, offering you precious blessing and healing, tailored just for you. You may simply feel relaxed as we proceed, as the energy works with you very deeply beyond your level of awareness. Imagine it's a beautiful and sunny day, and you're walking through a forest. You're walking along with bare feet, feeling the path, the warmth of the earth, breathing into yourself. You breathe in the life essence of the forest. And with every step that you take, you can feel the energies of the earth flowing up through the bottoms of your feet. As you walk along, allow yourself to fully experience all the living things and the energy here in the forest, the trees, plants, flowers, and grasses. Allow yourself to merge with the harmony and the peace of this special place. As you continue, you notice that up ahead it's getting lighter, and you realize you're coming to the edge of the forest. And as you emerge from the forest, you see before you a beautiful river. This is the river of peace. Colorful flowers grow along the riverbank, and there is a path that follows next to the river. Proceed to follow this path. And as you walk along, notice how you can feel this special energy, this sacred water, and the energy here allow you to more easily remember that you are one with all of life. You belong here. You see a place up ahead where you can easily enter the water. You're invited to enter the water, and as you do, you may take a drink if you like, welcoming the healing energy to completely saturate and fill your physical body. Feel the swirling water around your legs. Feel the soothing, peaceful energy around your body and within. You are safe here. You belong here. You can be yourself. Completely at ease. You may enter the water completely now. And as you do, it flows around you, gentle yet powerful at the same time. A brilliant light from the highest of heavens, from Source itself, is shining on you as you swim and float and even dive into the water. You are looked after and cared for here. You realize you can breathe under the water, accepting the highest possibilities for your healing and empowerment fully and completely. Allow the water to flow through you completely. The river of peace is guiding you now. Enjoy a few minutes of silence as you allow yourself to be guided by the river of peace. Holy fire Reiki completely holds you in its vibration. Completely immersed, completely supported. All is offered to you for your deepest healing, for your highest guidance, allow yourself to fully embody the light of your authentic self, who you truly are. Beyond space and time, beyond the limiting beliefs of yesterday. You are a healer to yourself and others, a force of light embodied on earth. And if you wish, you may name others you wish to include in receiving this healing energy, if they choose. Simply bring them to mind or say their name. Or perhaps it's a situation, a relationship, or an intention for yourself. We offer every blessing of healing, love, and support to whoever and whatever has your heart's attention. In this moment and all moments, to all of whom are open to receive. And I would invite you to place your hands on your heart. Feel your chest rise and fall and your heart beating. You are a part of life, connected to all living things in the cycles of the earth. Limitless in ways beyond what you can know. Miraculous in body. Love yourself in this moment. With deep gratitude for our time together. May you stay in the flow of this energy for as long as it is in your highest good. And when you are ready, you may bring your awareness to your eyes, to your body, and return. Wonderful. I hope that you enjoyed that. As we transition here, I'm going to look at some of the comments as we make our way back, and then we'll get going with our Q&A here momentarily. Just want to make an announcement or two first. You're welcome. You're welcome. I see a lot of thank yous there, and yes, you're so welcome. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, that was a holy fire healing experience that is unique to Holy Fire Reiki, and that's what I teach. Yeah. So, again, I mentioned at the beginning of the hour that Reiki 101 will continue next week, a week from tomorrow, because the edited version of this with music will be shared here on the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel tomorrow. So, our next Reiki 101 in my series will come out on the 13th, and it's going to be about different styles of Reiki. Why do we have so many? And I also want to talk to you about Holy Fire Reiki. Why did I choose this? I didn't always uh, teach and practice this one, and I wasn't a fan of it at first either. That might surprise you. So I'll explain a little bit about that in that video a week from tomorrow. And I also want to say thank you to all of you who've been reaching out more often lately for a private Reiki session with me. And I'm really honored that you would ask me to do that. But with my schedule and everything that I'm offering here on YouTube and in my mainstream Reiki community and podcast, I have stepped aside from offering one on one sessions, but I have a special page on my website with a handful of Reiki practitioners that I trust. And that's a pretty big deal for me. And that's why the list is a little bit small. I don't want to recommend people to you that I don't know and that I wouldn't trust to recommend to you. The list is on my website. It is on a page. It has they're called featured practitioners. And these are people I know. They work with me inside my mainstream Reiki community, and I would have Reiki with them. And so if I would have Reiki with them, I have no problem recommending them to you. So, anyone out there, please check out that list, see if one of the practitioners resonates with you. And yeah, I hope you find the perfect practitioner for you. And that community that I mentioned is not just for people that have taken my classes, it's for anybody with any level of Reiki training. And we have different options for you in there, everything from community and just being able to talk to people who get you, talk about what's important to you, all the way to practicing with each other. We have events and Reiki shares and swaps and mentoring with me, and even business. So if you're interested in starting a Reiki business, or you want to join our book club, it's all in there. I hope you'll check out the mainstream Reiki community for that. Lastly, my classes are really filling up. I've put some new dates out, but my 1 and 2 class coming up next weekend is full, and my November 1 and 2 is nearly half full already. So if you're interested in that, please don't hesitate to sign up. You can find the registration and all of that there on the website. Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Eilish. Um, Eilish is one of our community members. That's so nice to see uh, so nice to see your comment there. Beautiful. Okay, I guess let's do Ask Me Anything. Woo, let's find out what's on our agenda today for questions. All right. Just going to adjust my screen a little bit here. And yeah, there we go. Make my screen a little bit bigger so I can see your comments as they come up here. Yeah, who's got a question? Who has a question? Yes, let's see here. Oh, and thank you for the donations. I saw a couple of donations come through. Yeah. While I'm waiting for a question, I'll tell you about that. I don't have my YouTube channel isn't monetized. So there's no thanks button, like a lot of the channels have. So, we just love so appreciate the donations, but I know it's not quite as easy as some of the other channels make it, but I'm sorry, I can't help that without having ads. All right, Patty says, I'm attuned to Usui Reiki 1 and 2. I do a lot of self Reiki. When I'm calling in the energy, I notice that it always flows in from my left side. I wonder how you experience the energy as a practitioner. Oh, wow. This is a fun question. And you know what? Other people here, please in the chat, how do you experience it? Okay, so let's all kind of answer her question. That's kind of a neat one to ponder, I think, as practitioners. So it varies for me, but I would say most often what happens is I feel it come in from behind me. Isn't that interesting? So, and I also have a tendency to feel it very cold. And so the backs of my arms up here, it's like I just have a very strong cold wind coming behind me. And so that's generally how I feel it. And then often receive guidance from right here, in my I don't know, awareness. Um, I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but I get insight from right here. And yeah, I think that's probably a answer to your question. But how do other people feel it? So let's see. Let's see. Well, I see Eilish there. Mostly feel my back and legs are cold. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we have that in common, Eilish. Let's see. Anybody else answer that question? I don't necessarily see any other responses to that, but we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you, Patty, for your question. Yeah, thank you. Next question from Amy. My Reiki masters mentioned a Reiki guide around me. I have not been able to sense or communicate with them, but would like to. Do you have any advice? Thank you. Yeah. So what I would recommend to you is perhaps doing self Reiki or meditation, however that feels good for you. And the reason I say that is I think it would be, of course, very fitting for you to be in the flow of Reiki energy and then ask. what I'd like for you to do is ask, and you can even ask out loud if you'd like to, so that the question is completely formed and very clear. Because we have a lot of thoughts going through our minds, and so imagine that if you say the question, then it's very succinct and it's very how would I say clear what you're asking and that you're asking the question. I don't know about you, but if I just am thinking different things, um, the different questions or the thoughts that are streaming through very quickly can be, I'm going to say, fuzzy. But if I say the question or I make a statement, it's very clear because of the nature of language. So I would be in the flow of Reiki energy, and then I would ask about, and you might try yes no questions at the beginning. So, is a Reiki, do I have a Reiki guide present with me now? And see what that feels like. Do you feel a yes or hear a yes or know a yes or a no? Okay. But it's a neat thing to explore for yourself. And I also want to make it clear that, knowing about guides or I'm going to say having certain awareness about guides and things like that, that's not necessary for someone to be able to practice Reiki or benefit from Reiki. But a lot of practitioners do work with guides and things like that. I just want to make it clear it's not a requirement or anything like that. Okay. I think that I answered that. One other quick thing, Amy, you might get a journal and you might write your question down instead of saying it out loud and then see what comes to you. And see if you can open up a line of communication with your guide. Some people can ask and feel or sense the answer, but some people receive that information easier if they're writing. So you might try that too. I hope that I hope that's helpful. Yeah. Andrea, is Reiki only for physical health issues? For example, could I use Reiki for financial situations? Thank you, Juan. So Reiki works on all levels. So physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. But your question is a little bit different. What about financial situations? So um, I'm going to say that Reiki can help anything and everything. And one of I know it's kind of a big thing to say, but what I'm going to say is, and then I'll hone in right there on your financial situation one, because sometimes what happens is we as people limit our experience based on our beliefs and issues that we may have energetically. And so and then now I'm going to focus in on your question. So, uh, for example, a financial situation. If I'm having difficulty with a financial situation, and I don't know, I don't need to know all the specifics. Hopefully, you can extrapolate from what I'm saying. But if I have a difficult time with any sort of a money situation, um, one of the very common things is that people will have limiting beliefs about money. They might think that they, shouldn't be greedy, like, money's the root of all evil, whatever. So we can have different beliefs that we might not even be aware of. And that can sort of limit our experience or attracting money and things like that. So we might want more financial independence. We might want more financial freedom and more money, things like that. But if we have other energetic obstacles uh, that are getting in the way of that, it's going to be really hard for that situation to work out in how we want it to, right? So, what Reiki does is it helps detangle, it helps smooth out and release these energetic obstacles, for lack of a better word, or some people might say blocks or something like that. But it helps our energy be neutral, at least, right? At least, perhaps even favorable to those things that we're wanting. So, again, you don't have to be aware of what needs to be healing for you in order to realize that goal. Just do Reiki. Just do Reiki. Now this is kind of sound kind of weird, but I'm going to put this out there anyway. sometimes we want help with a situation, and what what the real healing is that we become more okay, more at peace with the way things are, or perhaps in a different way than we think we need to have. I don't know if that makes sense. So, Reiki works on all levels. It can help with your goals, it can help with your health, it can help with your mental state, it can help with so many things. And it's never harmful. So why not? So, Juan, I hope you will utilize Reiki for whatever is going on with you with your financial situation. Come back next month. We'll be here October 3rd. So, take a month, use Reiki to try and help that, and come back next month and let us know. Let us know what happened, how you feel about it then. Is it you that's changing? Is it the financial situation that's changing? And perhaps maybe it's both. I wish you best of luck with that. Thank you. Amanda asks, can Reiki help my 4-year-old who has a fear of going outside? Oh, that's interesting. Yes. And so Reiki helps us with fears for sure. And also, if we think about it, oh gosh, as a mom, I have to think that that's hard, to have a 4-year-old with that fear. And of course, I'm a mom, so we might be looking for, what's causing it, how can I help them, and all of that. The truth is, the causes of some of our fears can really be something that does not even make sense, logical sense. The good news is that when we receive Reiki, the Reiki knows how to help. The Reiki can find the causes and help heal them. So it isn't about us having to investigate and discover what the root of it is. Just offer the Reiki. And I'm telling you, it may help them with that fear of going outside. It may help them with something else first, but I would say offer the Reiki. Yeah, I would totally do that and see what happens. And why did I just say that? Because sometimes we might have an issue such as this one, but it's sort of, I always think of a storage closet, and I have one in my basement, and it's really a mess. So if I want to get a certain thing out of the back of my storage closet, I really want that book or whatever it is that I know is back in that corner, I'm going to have to move other objects out of the way, other obstacles out of the way in order for me to access and get that book. So my message here is that I believe Reiki can totally help your 4-year-old with this fear. It may not be the first result that you see, but go for it. Try it. And like Juan, come back and let us know what that is. But that is a beautiful thing about Reiki, that we don't have to know what the answers are. We just do the Reiki, and Reiki knows. It has the wisdom. So I hope that your 4-year-old is helped beyond measure. Thank you for asking that question. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Oh, Yesenia. I want to take Reiki, but I'm scared of the attunement part. Don't know why that's holding me back. Okay. Well, it could be a lot of different things, why you might be scared about it. For one thing, I have a Reiki 101 video. And it's out already, I think. So my brain doesn't work so well when I do these because I'm sort of using a different part of it. But I believe the attunement video is out. So if you haven't watched that, that might be helpful for you. Basically, the attunement is simply a process where your energy system is tuned in like a radio dial to the frequency of Reiki so that you can tune in and bring that frequency of energy through, just like a radio station, right? Um, the antenna picks up the frequency, and the radio actually broadcasts out of the speaker. So you kind of become the radio to broadcast the frequencies of Reiki energy. Now, different styles of Reiki have different attunement methods. And I'm going to say even different teachers have different attunement methods I've seen. Okay. Now, yeah. One of the things that is out in the ether about attunements is a cleansing process. Maybe that has you spooked a little bit. And basically, sometimes people will undergo physical symptoms, kind of like the flu, but I mean, not terrible like the flu, but mild. You might need to go to the bathroom a little bit more, or you might have an emotional cleansing. So you might find that you're a little more emotional. You might cry a little bit, maybe have some anger, that is processing, things like that. But all of those things are good signs because it's showing you that you're moving beyond certain issues. You're releasing these things so that you can move forward. Your vibration raises as you receive the attunement. So you receive an attunement and your energy actually changes. And I know a lot of people out there might think, I don't believe that or anything else. And I'm telling you, animals know. Animals know when a person receives an attunement. I could go and tell you stories, but and how do they know? Because they know your energy. And so I often hear from students that they'll have Reiki training and then they go home and their animals react in a weird way when they first see them. That's because their energy is different. And it's really odd, I know. And I don't have time to go into all the detail about it, but they are like, wait a minute, something's different. Who are you? And then they get to know, like, oh, that's still mom. And so it takes them a few minutes and then they go, okay. And then everything can go back to normal. But isn't that interesting? Okay. So an attunement isn't, I'm going to say this, an attunement isn't some nothing kind of thing. Something actually does happen in the attunement. I think an attunement is um, one of the things, a main thing of why Reiki is different than other energy healing modalities. I talked about that too in the 101 series. So that attunement thing is a pretty big deal. And here's why I want to say that. I hear and see out in the ether, social media and different places, it's like people just kind of throw out attunements all the time, like offering attunements. Oh, I'll give you an attunement for this or here, for Reiki, right? Have an attunement with me. And it's like, really? I think an attunement is substantial. You are changing your energy. Please know who is administering the attunement. Um, I personally offer attunements in my classes to my students. And then we make recordings and they can always replay them and then reattune themselves. Now, Holy Fire Reiki attunements are different than the other attunements out there. Holy Fire is a different method, and there are certain reasons why, and I'm all on board with it. And basically, the teacher isn't in the way, in the process. You don't need a Reiki master teacher. You don't need another human being between you and the source of Reiki. In Holy Fire Reiki, you meet with the energy directly. So the Reiki master teacher is not an intermediary. You don't need that. And I love that. I love that. And that's why I practice and teach Holy Fire Reiki. I think it honors the sovereignty of you and the fact that You are completely capable and worthy to and undergo access the energy and undergo that attunement only with the source of the energy. I love that. I hope that made sense. I don't know. I hope that made sense. Um, so, what I would just say, Yesenia, is choose your teacher who gives you the attunement with thought and feeling. Follow your guidance. To me, again, I will just say it's not, like a Cracker Jack prize in a box of Cracker Jacks, or, a toy in a cereal box. An attunement is something, something substantial. And so please follow your guidance on that. Okay. Oh, good, good. I see you in the chat saying that I answered it. So I'm glad because I kind of stammered on a little bit. Maybe we have time for one more question, maybe two if I'm quick and I don't like keep talking. All right, I'm going to try, Mary. Okay, hi, Andrea. My question is: it seems I'm very connected to Reiki. However, I have a very hard time staying grounded. How can I learn to stay grounded? Oh, ooh, I like that question. So, okay, one idea that comes to my mind is put a post-it note on your bathroom mirror in the morning. So when you go in there to brush your teeth or something, now I know this is going to sound really silly, but oh well, here we go. Put a post-it note or whatever on your bathroom mirror. When you go in there in the morning and you brush your teeth, you're going to see that and you'll be like, oh yeah, grounding. When you are brushing your teeth, I want you to gently bend your knees just a little bit. Engage those leg muscles. Okay. And what you can do, you can even activate your Reiki and imagine the Reiki energy coming in through the crown of your head if you want to. There's no right or wrong, but use your visualization. Use your physical body with with your knees slightly bent to engage those lower body muscles and see and imagine that Reiki energy is coming down, flowing down, empowering your physical body, lighting you up, helping you heal and start the day with the magic of Reiki. Okay, and then see it go down those engaged and activated legs of yours and out your feet into the earth. I think that can be helpful. You can do that, throughout your day. You can do that standing in line at the grocery, instead of getting frustrated or whatever that the line's taking too long. Again, grounding, grounding. The more it's in your awareness, the more you will successfully be grounded. Because if you don't think about it, of course, you're not going to be actively trying to be grounded. So, also, if you are offering Reiki to someone and you feel like, you know, you want to be more grounded during that, again, slightly bend the knees, bring your awareness to that lower body and intend that you are grounding to the earth. Your intention is creative and powerful. And that's a message for all of us. Yeah, that's a message for all of us. So thanks for your question. I think we can do one more question, maybe. Um, yeah, one more. Organized buddy. Question: does Reiki energy work with the astral body in tandem with the etheric body to address physical? Oh, interesting. Physical. Yeah, yeah. So, what I'm going to say about this one is that there are aspects of our energy that are labeled all kinds of things. Okay. So, when you reference astral body, somebody else is going to have a different term for that. And you've referenced astral body in tandem with etheric body and then the other things. And so, what I want to do is I want to take the labels off of that because different people, even me, I don't know if I'm understanding exactly what you're referencing with those terms. So, we probably have different definitions of what those things are, but it doesn't matter because you, um, yes, you're who you are as a soul, spirit, as everything about you That's energy. And we can label it any different parts or what aspects of you, it doesn't matter. But all of you is the whole of you. Reiki works holistically. Reiki is the energy of creation. There's no place, there's no aspect of you that Reiki does not have access to. So if you are healing, if you are receiving Reiki, then wherever that Reiki energy needs to engage, it will engage. But let us open up our minds and our intention to invite Reiki to do that. Let's stop wondering what the limits are of Reiki and simply decide this is source energy. What is off limits to source energy? I don't think anything is. But if I had a belief that it was limited, guess what I'm doing? I'm limiting how I might engage and benefit from it. So let us not know anything other than this is source energy, beyond limitations and beyond our limiting beliefs, if we'll let it be. I hope that that's helpful to you. Uh, I thank you for tuning in. We're a couple minutes over, and I just want to thank everyone for coming in. Oh, yeah. So, Lady Ann, we just don't have time to answer every single question. So, I'm really sorry about that. Go over to my Reiki 101 series, or maybe we can look back here and see what your question is. The 101 series is coming out every Friday, unless we have a live stream that week, and I'll be making more videos. So, your questions are of interest to me. We just don't have a lot of time. I do offer mentoring live inside the Mainstream Reiki community. If all the members in there can always ask questions during those events, and we do recordings and things like that. We have a pretty extensive library of information and different topics to help you there. So again, that's members at mainstreamreiki.com. For anybody with some Reiki training, we'd love to welcome you there. Thank you all. I'll be back October 3rd for our next live event, and check out the recording that will come out tomorrow, and we'll add music to the Reiki healing experience that I shared earlier. Thank you all. It's been a delight and a wonderful time together. I'll see you out in the ether. Take really good care of you. Until next.